Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Dana. I upload a new video at least once a week, so if you haven't already, now is a great time to subscribe to my channel so you can stay on top of all of my new videos. So if you saw a couple weeks ago, I tried a tea from a brand called The Tea Ingredient. And I'm on to my second tea from them, and this one is the Snickerdoodle cookie. I was obsessed with that creme brulee chai. Oh my God. I can't imagine a tea better than that. Like, I think it's one of my new favorites. So if this is anything like that, we're gonna have another winner on our hands. So let's go ahead and get this steeping before we get into all the details. So I've got my clear glass mug and my metal basket infuser. I actually sell these guys on Amazon as my very first step towards having hopefully a tea and teaware business of my own one day. But I like using a metal basket to make my tea because they're easy to clean, they're durable, they never really break. So for me, it's just the essential that every tea lover should have. So I always have them linked in the description if you are in need of one and want to support me by buying mine. So let's just scoop this right into our infuser. I'm so excited. Pour in our water. I cannot describe the beautiful aroma that is just filling this area right now from this tea. But let's set it to the side. It's a rooibos, so that means it can steep literally forever. It won't oversteep or get bitter, so we can really kind of take our time looking at the ingredients and everything while it steeps. Oh my God, it smells so good. I'm like, what is the magical ingredient that they use that makes these teas so amazing? So I really like their packaging. I talked a lot about it in my last video about how I love the colors they use. Their whole aesthetic is so pretty. It's always this light kind of tanny sort of brown color with pink, and the graphics are just really cool and modern and artistic. And I'm not sure if it's the owner who makes the graphics or what, but whoever it is does an amazing job creating a vibe, making the aesthetic of the brand cohesive and perfect. I love it. So this is called Snickerdoodle Cookie, and it says light rooibos tea that gives you all the feels of enjoying a Snickerdoodle cookie but without the calories. I love Snickerdoodle cookies. I make them only around Christmas though. I try to limit my Snickerdoodle consumption. So this tea sounds perfect. And the ingredients are rooibos, cinnamon, sunflower petals, and natural flavoring. So again, simple natural ingredients. I love sunflower petals in a tea. Rooibos is really great because it comes from a different plant. It doesn't come from the tea plant, so it's technically an herbal tea, an infusion, and not technically a tea. But we still call it tea because it's tea in our hearts. I have a video all about rooibos if you're interested in learning more, but it comes from the South African redbush plant. And it's really hydrating. It's full of electrolytes and minerals and no caffeine. It's caffeine free, so it's good to drink at night. So I'm sort of imagining this as a really good after dinner tea or a nighttime tea to sort of drink on the couch and watch a movie and relax and be all cozy. Especially with a Snickerdoodle flavor. Is there anything more comforting than that? The cinnamon, the vanilla, just that that cookie vibe. So here's how it looks. See a lot of rooibos, which is great. It's red rooibos. And then those beautiful yellow sunflower petals. The cinnamon kind of just blends in with the rooibos, but I bet we can find it if we try. Here is a little piece of cinnamon right here, a little barky boy. Of course, the rooibos is easy to see, and then these gorgeous sunflower petals. And I really am smelling more than just a cinnamon component. I really loved their creme brulee chai because it had such a custardy vibe. You really tasted the custard element of the creme brulee and like a tiny hint of that burnt sugar, but not more than the custard. It was perfectly balanced, like custard and spices, and was just so delicious. So I'm hoping this will be like my evening version of that. So in my last video on tea ingredient, we really dug into their story and found out that the owner is from Jamaica and grew up in Jamaica. So this is a Black owned brand, which of course we're always seeking out to support Black owned brands. And honestly, I hope everybody finds this brand because their quality is just top notch. The owner, oh, I think her name is Jodine. I was looking for her name, the owner's name, the last time, and I didn't see this. I think it's Jodine. It might be Jolene, Jodene. But yeah, she was inspired by her super fancy, cute mom who drank tea every day and would call her daughter on her way home from work and ask her to put on the kettle so that as soon as they get home, they can share a cup of tea and talk about their day. And honestly, that's like the mom I aspire to be. So my future kids better like tea is all I gotta say. Super precious story about like that tradition with her mom. And that's what inspired this brand for her. And I'm so glad it did. So I'm grateful for all these moms out here raising tea-loving kids. Also, I talked a lot about the gorgeous aesthetic, and there's always like these cute like quotes and things. Like here's "Good morning, have a beautiful day," which I love. There's these nice like videos where she'll show how to like make teas. Here's one where she is brewing up some of her coffee addict tea. So I just feel like a lot of thought and a lot of love went into this brand, and like a lot went into like the branding of it, because everything, like look at this grid. It is so like beautiful and cohesive, like the colors and like the illustrations, like everything just goes together really beautifully. Like you can tell that like she really put a lot of like heart and imagination into this. And they just launched, they're brand new. So I love it. It feels like she really took her time curating all of this. And from, you know, I've tried only one tea so far, but it's just masterfully done. The flavors are so good together. And honestly, I expect nothing less from this by the way it like looks and smells. So this checks all the boxes for me. I love to have like that personal backstory of like how a tea brand came to be. And I especially like love this story because I'm super close with my mom as well. And I'm like blessed to be able to talk to my mom every single day and always keep up with what's going on in each other's lives. So it really like touches my heart in a special place. So we have the personal story, we have the absolute aesthetic, like the perfect like vibe, and just the aesthetics of the brand are so cute. And the flavors are unique. There's like an orange hazelnut tea that I want to try. There's like a coffee tea hybrid. There's a chocolate tea. So I already have made up my mind that I want to purchase more of their teas so I could try absolutely everything, because this is just like a brand to watch. So far they have 5 different blends, and I just look forward to watching them grow, honestly. So I think we are about good to remove our infuser. So I'll go ahead and take that out. And it smells so good. I love rooibos even on its own, full of electrolytes and good things to keep you going during the day. Even though there's no caffeine, there's so much other good stuff in it that it's just like a good thing to add into your rotation. If you are a constant tea drinker who just makes like cup after cup throughout the day, definitely squeeze in some rooibos to make sure you're staying hydrated. All right, nothing left to do but to give it a try. It's delicious. I think the creme brulee chai is still my favorite, but this is excellent as well. I love that you can taste the rooibos, so like the actual like tea element of this is really allowed to shine through, but it does taste like a Snickerdoodle cookie. Like it has the cinnamon, it has like that sort of, I don't know if all Snickerdoodles have buttermilk in them, but when I make them, they do, and it has like that sort of thing, like that vanilla sort of, how do you explain it? Like it doesn't just taste like cinnamon sugar. It doesn't just taste like a tea dusted with cinnamon. It tastes like a cookie. Like it has like the cookie thing, like the cookie vibe. This would be so amazing with even just a little milk. Like even if you don't do it as a full latte, even just adding like a little bit of like oat milk or like a vanilla almond milk or something, or like something like that, I feel like would be so good with this. As it would, you know, with most desserty teas, but this is amazing. Yeah, it has like almost like a buttery element, but not really buttery. Like it's hard to explain, like, but it has like a cookie taste. Like there's like a depth to it. It's not just like a flat like cinnamon rooibos. Like it definitely has like character to it. Like it's like three-dimensional. And I love the fact that like they don't use like any sort of sugar. Like if you want to add sugar into your tea, it's up to you. Whereas there are a lot of like kind of desserty brands I've tried that are also amazing, also delicious, but they'll put like sugar crystals or stevia or something like that like in their desserty teas. Whereas like for me, like I love desserty teas that don't have that. I just don't prefer the experience of like a sweet tea. Like I don't like to add sugar. Like I like a desserty tea, but not necessarily sweet. Like sweet flavors, but not sweetener in the tea. Because if you want to add it, then you have the option. But if you buy a tea that has sugar blended into it or stevia blended into it, you can't really take it out. I like how simple it is, but it still has like a level of flavor that isn't simple. You know what I mean? Like simple ingredients, but not basic. This is definitely like something I'd expect from a brand that's been around a long time. Like this is something I would taste and think it came from like a David's Tea or something, like a real like big specialty brand. Whereas this is like a new brand. Like they have 5 different teas. They're up and coming. They just launched April 6th. So still, when I say brand new, they're brand new. Like you could tell this is really something that the owner, I believe Jodine is her name, really poured her heart into, but not just heart, like skill, knowledge, the graphics, like everything is so professional and so good. Like I feel like if I were to come up with teas, it probably right off the bat would not be as amazing as this. Like this wouldn't be what I'd expect for somebody's like first line of tea, like someone who just started a company. Like I wouldn't have expected it to be like this great, like this high of quality. So it's very impressive. This is a brand to watch. Cannot wait to see what they come out with next. I can't wait to support them and buy more of their teas so I can try all of the different flavors. But also I can't wait to see like what their next like line of teas or their next like tea blend is, or if they ever do tea wear, because you know it would be cute. So I'm really impressed. I want to give a big thank you again to the Tea Ingredient for sending me these 2 incredible teas to try for free. This has been such a blessing. These are some of my new favorites, I think, especially that creme brulee chai. Oh my God, that was good. I'll leave a link in the description box for their website so you guys can shop their brand too and like just having these teas in my life now. I'm really grateful, and I'm grateful to have made a new friend who has an awesome tea company. So I hope you guys enjoyed my second look at the tea ingredient and their Snickerdoodle cookie blend. And I hope you and your families are all staying safe and healthy. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.